Hi, good morning. I'm Rob. This is Buttons, and you're watching Rob's Brick Workshop. And today we're going to be building the Speed Champions Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. That's what we're going to be building today. So I'm going to open it up and get cracking. There we go. Anything else in there? No, that's all done. So how is everyone? Everyone good? Yeah? All happy and jolly? We've got 5 bags here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can't promise you that we're going to get it all done today, but we'll do our best, won't we? And here's the instruction book. Where's page 1? There's page 1. Let's put that there, Buttons. Hope you don't mind your tail being covered. Right, and bag 1. So, let's start this build. I don't know if you caught yesterday's episode where this Challenger Hellcat was actually one of our community asked me to build this. So that's why we're building it today. If you do see anything in the background and you're interested in it, please by all means give me a shout, and I'll do my very best to accommodate you. Right, so let's start the build, shall we? Right, I don't know if you know, but the weather outside is pretty nasty. It's just constant rain out there, and it's just not very nice. Oh look, we've got a couple of double cheese. We like the double cheese, don't we? Hey? You know what I say about the double cheese. Bum bum ba bum. Alright, and that little fella goes just in there. And then these go across the top. Like so. And you look at these things and you wonder why, but I'm sure there's a reason. Buttons decided that that's where she wanted to sit today. So I'm sorry if she's blocking your view. I hope she's not. But you know, she's female, and whatever she says goes, unfortunately. I do not have any control over that. I wish I did. How many of you guys have got dogs that run the roost? Hey? I bet there's plenty of you out there who've got dogs that run the roost. Don't be shy. Let us know. Oh, if there is anybody still listening and you haven't just flicked like right at the beginning and you're actually watching this, if you do have a Facebook account or a YouTube account, but you're watching this on TikTok, I'd love it if you could go over to your YouTube and Facebook accounts, find me and follow me on there and give me a like and a comment or whatever, because it seems that the TikTok channel is the one that everyone's using, and the YouTube channel, it seems to be very flat. So if you could help me out there, that would be amazing, and I'd very much appreciate it, and I'll even give you a shout out for doing it. The guy who asked us to do this, I think his name's Veru, and he'll probably be watching this, so I hope I've pronounced your name correctly. If I haven't, I'm sure you'll let me know. There we go. You alright, Buttons? Can you hear a noise? She's got very sensitive ears, as old Buttons. Very sensitive. She can hear things miles away that most people can't understand at all. Right, so that's that, and now that goes onto that, like so. And then we use this to join it all together. Right, okay, that's good. And then there's a couple more hooks, a couple of these little green hooks there. And we're looking like that now, and like so. That's all coming along quite well, isn't it? And right, wonder where that goes. Aha, it's all coming together now. And that goes onto there, like that. Fine. And then we have a couple of these and a couple of those that go onto there, like that. That clicking noise, that's such a good noise, isn't it? Once that clicks in, you know that it's done. That's very good. Right, put that there. What do people think of my editing? Because I'm totally new to this, and if you've watched any of my previous videos, has anybody got any what's the word, hints or tips for me to make for my editing? I know it's not brilliant, I really do, but you know, people giving you advice is sometimes the best way to learn, isn't it? Do you not think so? I think so. I love it when people give me advice. Right, so that goes on there like so. And then this goes on there and there. Okay. How is this going to end up looking like that car? I have got no clue at all. It's quite amazing, isn't it? Quite amazing. Somebody's designed it, and somebody thought, oh, that's what we need to do. Right. Okay, so we've got that, and we've got that, and we've got that, and that goes like so. Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? And then these go there and there and that goes along there. Right, okay. And then we have these two little fellas that go like so, and this grey one goes there, and then these two go along like that. Okay, how are we doing? Well, it didn't show us building the little man, did it? But let's build him anyway. I was waiting for that. I thought it was going to come at the end of the chapter, but nah. He's and this guy's just the mechanic. He's not got a helmet or anything. Well, I don't know if you need a helmet to drive a Hellcat. You're not going to stand up, are you? There you go. Right, okay. Let's put those to one side. Let's put that just there. Bag 2. Yes! Oh, don't do that. Oh, it doesn't want to rip. Oh, there we go. And there's the little one. Right, okay. What have we got here then? We need one of those, and a diamond. Why do we need a diamond? Oh, what an unusual thing to do. And that goes on there like so. Okay. Don't ask me why. And then there's another one to do with the similar and another diamond. I wonder if the Hellcat runs on diamonds rather than fuel. Maybe it's some special car. Right, so they go like so, and there's another one that goes on this side like that. Right, we've got some big bits now. We've got wheel arches and things. Right, okay. That wheel arch goes there like that, and then we have a piece to cover it like that, and then that goes on that side. Okay, and then on this side we have the little red square going just there, followed by a 2x1 plate, and then that just sits on there like that, right next to your diamond. Quite interesting, isn't it, all this? And now we have a couple of little L's. What the L are they for? I know, they go there, and that goes on there. Right, and now a couple of these on top. Now, next page, and we have a couple of these to go over that and that. Whoops, a daisy. And then we've got these things here that go over that goes in there, and that goes in there. Right, and then we have two of these which look like skis. They are skis. Where do they go? Where do they go? They go there like so. Does that go there and then that go there like that? Must do. Yeah, the skis are in position. Okay. That's an unusual piece, isn't it, to put in there, skis. And then we put one of these in the back there. And now we have a snot brick with a double cheese on top. Everybody needs a snot with a double cheese on top, don't they? And that goes on there. It's got some special little lights on there. Oh, it says Dodge. Sorry. Dick. Right. So it's a double cheese Dodge. Okay. So now we've got to build some bits up. Right. So that goes on there like so, and then that goes on there like. Hang on. Right, okay, that's pretty much like that. Then that goes on there. Then that hook thing goes on there. And then that red thing goes on there. And then that goes, turn it around like that. And then that goes on there. Like so. Well, how weird. Okay, let's do it again. We have that going on there, like so. And then that piece of glass goes on there. Then this goes on there. Then the hook goes on there. And then the red ketchup bottle top goes on there, and then you turn it around and it goes on to there. Well, I never. Okay, I haven't got a clue what that's all about, but it's done. It's done. Right, so now we've got these. We've got a couple of blue snot bricks going onto this pro forma plate. And that goes on there like that, and then that goes on there like, okay, where does that go on to? That goes on there like so. Okay, it works, it fits. That goes now on to there. The 6x1 on the back. And two little ones of these on there. Okay. Right. Right, so one of these has got SRT on it, which is that double cheese there, that goes there. And then the other two double cheese are clear. 1, 2. Right, that's good. We've got that right. And now we have the park bench with one of those under there, one of those under there, and that goes on to there, like so. Right. Sorry, I've got a phone call coming in and I'm not sure who it's from. I'll call them back afterwards because I don't know. Don't know who they are. Right, so that goes like that, like that, like that, and then that one goes on that side, like so. Okay. Right. If that's what it looks like, that's what it looks like. That goes on there, like so, and like that, and like that, and like that, and like that, and then that goes on, that goes on there, does it? Oh, I see, goes on there like that. Of course it does. Right, that goes there, that goes on there, that little fella goes there, that one goes there, that goes on there, like so, and then this goes on there, and then that clips onto that bit there. Right, look at that. That's what we've been trying to achieve. Quite interesting, isn't it? How they've managed to get that. Right, okay, so now we've got that, and that, and that, and that. And that goes on there. Okay, so we've got all sorts of bits and pieces left over here. I'm assuming that we've done everything right. Okay. Should we go on to bag 3? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do bag 3 today, and then we'll do bags 4 and 5 tomorrow. Because it's for bag 3 is only small. Right, so we've got a couple of these. Whoops, a daisy. There we go. So that goes on there like that, and that goes on there like that. And then a green cheese goes on there. And then this thing here goes on there. Then the ketchup bottle top goes on top. And then we have but that goes on there, that goes on there, that goes on there. Then we turn it around and clip that onto there, and now this goes onto there, like so. Okay. You can never put these things together like this, would you? If you were actually trying to make a car or design a car, I can't imagine many people would use pieces like this and get it together like this. I just can't see it. How they do it, Lord only knows. Little single cheese goes on there. Whoops, daisy. Alright. And then the ketchup bottle top goes on top. And then we've got the two of those going together, followed by this corner brick. And then that goes like that, like so. And then that goes on there like so. Okay, well, we've done it. It's worked. I don't know if it's something that I would have thought that would happen, but it has. Goes on there like so. Right, now we have a sloped brick with a frying pan, or two frying pans. Alright, a sloped brick with two frying pans, and that comes up. Oh, poo. And that goes there like that. And then we want to do that again on the other side, so it's a sloped brick with two frying pans. And then that goes on there like so. Okay. Well, you know, who am I to say it's right or wrong? I'm just me. I'm just silly old Rob with silly thoughts and what have you about how things should and shouldn't be done. I just do not get it. Right, so that goes on. That goes on, oh, like that. Okay, it works. Of course it does. And that goes on there, and then another one of these goes on there, and then that goes on there, because it works. Right, okay, lovely. Right, okay, so we now have I thought doing this CR7 was weird, but I tell you what, this is even weirder. I thought doing cars was going to be a piece of and very easy, but it's certainly not confused me a little bit. Right, so that goes there like so, and then we build another one, which is like that and like that. And we have that going on top of him, like so. And then we have the cheese that goes on there like that. And then that, look at it, but it's all coming together. So, you know, I must be just wrong. Fine. Let's just say that I'm wrong then. Let's just say I'm wrong. Right, so that goes there, that goes there, and that goes there like so. And then we have a couple of these on top, like that, and like that, and then we put that on top of there. This goes on there with a couple of white hooks, which is, of course, that's normal. Of course, it's normal. Right. Don't know where it goes, but yeah, I must just sit. It goes. That goes there. Right, okay, next piece. Next piece, next piece, next piece. Turn that around, and we've got a couple of little bricks that sit there like so, and a couple of these in there, so I've got no idea why. And then this going on there. Right. And then we have this goes on there like so. Bum 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 bum. Do not ask me why or what this could possibly be. I haven't got a clue. Is this meant to be some sort of back seating arrangement? Do you think? Maybe. That's like the headrest or something. And then that goes on to that goes in there like that. There we go. I guess that's some sort of headrest or something, or the back of the seats. What do you think? Looks like something like that. Interesting. And I guess it's that red leather effect. Okay, so more double cheese. Using a lot of cheese in this, aren't they? Right, so that goes there, and hey, that goes on there. I see, so that's very neat. Very neat indeed. Very neat indeed. Right, is that where we're up to at the end of bag 3? And then tomorrow is bag 4 and 5. There we go. Cool. We can actually put the driver in now because he's got his spanner in his hand. I don't know what side the steering wheel's going to go, so tell you what, why don't you just hold your spanner up and just take a seat and wait, stay there till tomorrow. There we go. Lovely. Well, what can I say? It's a very interesting build. Not what I was expecting, but I am enjoying it. I hope you are too. Please let me know if you are enjoying it, and please don't just give me likes, please give me comments and subscribe and follow as well. And as I say, if you're only watching me on TikTok and you do have a YouTube or Facebook account, please go over to there and search me out and follow and like, please, and subscribe. That would be lovely. I'd really appreciate that. Anyway, for now, for today, that's half the car built. Tomorrow we're going to finish it off, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. I think Button's getting a bit restless now, isn't she? Oh, there we go. There you go. There's your audience there, Buttons. There's your audience. There you go. She's getting a bit restless now, isn't she? It's time for us to go. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. You're right, Buttons. You're right. You're right. Come on in. I'll put you down.